As we start this year, many people are choosing one word to guide them. Not a resolution, not a list of goals, simply a word. A word that reflects how they want to live, especially after everything they have been through. This word is fortitude. Fortitude is not the kind of strength that rushes healing, not the kind of strength that pretends nothing hurt. It is not that type. It is the kind of strength that allows you to stay present with what has happened and still choose to move forward. At the end of this episode, I'll be sharing 3 ways you can begin embracing fortitude in your life this year. Hello, this is Ligia Houben, thanatologist and grief specialist. Welcome to our first message of 2026. And thank you for being here in 2025. As we start the year, I want to share with you that yes, we'll be having interviews. I'll be talking with people about different topics that has to do with grief, that has to do how we continue, besides grieving, we can continue living because it's about how we heal from the inside out. Remember that just as you, I am a griever. I am a bereaved daughter and sister, and I do this with all my love. If you like this podcast, I would totally appreciate if you can subscribe, you like the episode, you share it with others because, yes, I want so much to create a community where all grievers can come together because that's what joins us. The grief we share. And we experience that grief because we love so much. Always keep that in your heart. And now we will explore this topic that I believe has so much value when we are grieving. The word fortitude has so much power, and we will explore how we can do this. When we're talking in the context of grief, fortitude many times is misunderstood because people think that it's about being tough, about being in silence, not sharing how we feel. And it is not about that. Have you ever heard that? Like, if you're strong, it's because you have this, the mask, the famous mask, and you are showing, toughness. It is not about that. In grief, fortitude is the inner courage to stay present with what hurts without, very important, abandoning ourselves. Always remember to pay attention to yourself, to pay attention to your needs, to your values. And then having the strength to say, this is painful, to acknowledge that it is painful, yet I'm still here. And that has so much value because fortitude allows grief and life coexist. It allows sorrow and meaning live side by side. And you know what? It shows up quietly in moments like getting out of bed on a heavy day. Have you ever had those days that you feel that it's so hard to leave your bed? I have had those. I remember the beginning after losing my mom. And you know what? When you take that strength, that inner strength, and you take a step, one foot in front of the other, and you can also, show this fortitude when we allow our tears to come down. And it's like when we allow our tears without apologizing for them. You know that here at the center, when I see my clients, many of them tell me if they start crying, they're like, Ligia, I'm so sorry. I'm like, we're in this. I'm accompanying you. I hold the space. I hold the space for them just as I hold the space free as well, because we are in this from heart to heart. And as we pay attention to our grief, we allow tears to come down because it is a way to express how we feel inside. Some people are not too much into crying, and that's fine. Some of us are. I am one of them. So when they come out, that's okay to allow that to happen. Oh, also, fortitude is when we continue, when we continue to love deeply after that loss, when we choose not to numb, but to feel gently and safely. Instead of ignoring the grief and putting it on the shelf, no, we feel that. We allow that to happen. Because remember that that is not weakness. It's not weakness at all. It is strength with compassion. I want to share here with you an intention just as we start the year, no? That you may want to say it every single day. And it goes like this. May this be a year that allows me to heal. May this be a year that I stop dwelling on past wounds. May I learn to choose peace over patterns. Remember that this is not about erasing the past. It is about honoring it without living inside it. That is fortitude. And fortitude is not only about endurance, it is also discernment. Discernment, yes, it is knowing when to hold and when to gently release. Grief can pull us back into moments, into memories, and even into patterns that once kept us stuck in pain. Because it is grief, the grieving process, it's like a roller coaster, and we go from moment to moment. Remember that fortitude, when we embrace it, it gently says, I can remember without staying stuck. It allows you to carry the lessons without reopening the wounds. That's what it's all about. When we talk about moving forward, it is not because what happened doesn't matter. No. When we move forward, it's because we matter. We do. You matter. And I want you to embrace that. You matter. That's why you take a step at a time. That's why when you move forward, is a step at a time. And you're able to do it. Some days, because fortitude is not linear, yes, some days you feel like that, no? Steady. I can do this. Some other days may feel tender. We all have those days. That doesn't mean that you are going backwards at all. It just means that it is a process. And when you embrace all that, when you know that this is happening, is when you're able to develop this relationship with yourself. And it is a beautiful relationship because you know what? You build it on patience. You build it on patience, on honesty and compassion. When taking a pause, even then, you're showing fortitude. Because taking a pause, we are also showing compassion with ourselves. At the beginning of the episode, I promised that I was going to share, 3 ways that you can begin embracing fortitude this year. So here are these. The first one is practice honest presence. Practice honest presence. Allow yourself to feel what is true without rushing it. Staying present with your emotions is a sign of courage. The second one is choose peace over old patterns. Yes. Notice what no longer serves your healing. because we tend to develop patterns, and some of these patterns are not helping us. So choose the ones that are helping you in your healing process. And then the third one is protect your forward movement. Protect it, because you can honor your past without living there. You honor it and you don't stay there. Fortitude helps you move forward while keeping the love intact in your heart, because it always comes forward with you. Also, remember that you do not have to do this perfectly. All these three perfectly. Do one at a time. Even one gentle choice sometimes is enough. It's about being wise how to protect your healing. And if this message teaches you something, may it be this: you are allowed to heal. You are allowed to choose peace. You are allowed to move forward. If you found this message helpful, I appreciate if you give me a like, subscribe, and share it with others. Also, I want to tell you that below I've had included a link to a resource you can use to start developing your fortitude. Thank you so much for being here with me, from my heart to yours.